little bit choppy out here, Scott. You might not see them on the top. You might have to mark them maybe. Yeah, most of the time when you mark those permit, they're in the mid-water, you know, 40 feet down. And if you were lucky enough to make that connection, you hooked up immediately. Well, I'm hooked up, Scott, right here. Throw it off the bow. Right on the surface. There's the double. What was that other rod, too?
I just opened the bail.
It's a 50-pounder, baby.
Mine's heading back to Key West. Holy moly.
Simrad's Into the Blue, presented by Yellowfin, with Captain Scott Walker and Captain Steve Rodger.
Scotty, we're gonna head out in the Gulf today, buddy. I think it's flat calm, and there's no wind for the sailfish. Slick calm. Let's go out in the Gulf.
I didn't bring any helium, so it kind of...
Yeah, but we'll get out there, and you know, there's always something happening out there. Whether
Last time we were in the Gulf, we made some magic. Let's see what we can do today.
It's neat whenever I get a chance to take Scott Walker out there in the Gulf because, you know, his whole life is spent on the ocean, in the blue water. It's a little bit of a cheerleading job of mine to get him excited about the green water.
I'm fishing in the bluest waters all over the world, and whenever I hear Gulf of Mexico, I was like, you know, that's really out of my zone. Sure, I'm sure it's great fishing. At the end of the day, I'm always like, God, that's cool. I got to spend more time out here. We're hoping to target the permit, but just as easy to come up with the mud snapper, right?
Oh yeah, there's snappers here and cobias and a little bit of everything. The cobia?
What is that?
I think it's a cobia or a shark.
That's a cobia. He's a little short, though.
Well, the permit is the crab eater and so is the cobia.
I see that. The old hot pink.
Thank you, sir.
He's barely gone. We'll let him go. That's a nice fish, though. Let's kick it up about 4 or 5 more inches.
All right. Might be the only one you see today.
It's all right. We're going to let him go.
There's your Goliath, baby.
Oh, no. I set up my Shimano Twin Power 10,000s with a 7-foot rod. The rod and reel setup is set up to catch anything that swims. I didn't build this outfit to catch a 200-pound Goliath grouper, but you drop a bait on a wreck, you never going to catch. Oh, my goodness. Come on, baby. You were mine. Your face hits the surface. Yeah!
Oh, look at that.
Anybody can hook him in a mouth, Steve.
Back in the old days, I used to stick my hands in those gills.
Oh, yeah, back in the old days.
Them days are over. All right, Scott.
I let him go, baby.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
Oh, yeah. And there he goes. Sweet release.
Woo!
1000% sure it was a permit when I handed it to you. Whatever you did is your fault. You know, it's funny, you can tell when them sharks are on them, too. They'll come right, try to hide in the motors, you know? Come on, there he is. Nice permit, bro. Whoa, look at the shark.
Oh!
Try to go between the motors, watch him.
Big old bullhead on him.
Nice permit, brother. Big old fatty. That'll go over here with you.
Okay, you got him?
All right, I got him,
That thing
Scott.
is an old monster.
Nice one, buddy. Nice fish, brother. Thought that shark was gonna get him. You could tell the way he was acting, you know? Nice permit.
I'm all about getting back on that same spot. I had one on too, I guess. I think they fight like black groupers when they get that big. Come on, baby, make it back to your pack.
All right, let's do it again.
All right, I'll get you rigged up.
90% of my decision making is kind of just off of past time on the water, you know, be it the month, be it the moon, be it the tide, be it whatever it is. A lot of it goes off of that. For instance, like today, you know, that's the recipe for going into Gulf permit fishing. You know, when I wake up this time of year, it's this type of conditions, it's this type of weather, everything that was laid out there, that made it easy to make the decision. The time of year, I'm gonna take Scott out in the Gulf. We're gonna go ahead and try to catch some of these permit. You know, wasn't getting a huge, great report on mahi, so it was an easy decision to make.
Oh, there they are.
There they are, baby. All right, throw as far as you can towards that boat. Yeah, don't be scared to bring it and toss it again, and keep an eye on the machine. And A lot of times they'll chase it down and eat it too, buddy. All they are is a fancy jack.
Particular about what they eat.
Yeah.
Nice to feel that bite though.
Yeah.
Now I know what it is.
There's a real bite.
Yeah, we're in them this time. We are into the green, baby. Come on, bite, bite, bite.
They're just so strong, man. You see why people love going after these fish and chase them on the flats, and we chase them out here in the deeper water, and it's just such a powerful fish.
Simrad's Into the Blue, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Simrad, go with confidence. Bubba, the ultimate lifestyle. Sea Deck, your boat deserves Sea Deck. WAYPOINT. By Yamaha, reliability starts here. And by Ameritrail. Hawks Cay Resort. Power Pro. And Costa.
What's a perfect sized crab?
That size.
It's about 2 to 3 inches.
Yeah. Got weight to it where you can make a long cast. It's
Right.
got power so it can swim.
So when a permit eats it, does he hold it in some way there, or does he just suck it down?
He sucks it down and crushes it.
So
It's a very hard bite for a lot of, like, people have never permit fished before, you know, out here in the deeper water. It's a hard bite to detect because, man, once that crab is hard, so when he crushes it, it's just poof, everything is falling apart. You're not connected anymore. So you really got to be in tune with your line. You either want to be bringing in your slack real slow or feeling it as it goes out, because
And if you even think you feel a bump,
you start cranking. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
gotcha.
A little bit choppy out here, Scott. You might not see him on the top. You might have to mark him maybe.
When Steve pulled up to his first wreck, we noticed that the water wasn't ideal. Ideal being you could see 10 to 20 feet. Even though it's green, it's super clear in the Gulf most of the time. And if you don't see the permit actually finning on the surface, you can see the school moving through flashes in the water.
So what we like to do is just try to see them and flip a bait to them. But in the meantime, if we're not seeing them, we can mark them a lot of times and just free line the bait down in there.
And we immediately knew that after our third try, that the water wasn't going to be part of the program where sight fishing was going to be involved. It was a little choppy, so we weren't going to see their fins, and it was a little cloudy, so we weren't going to see them flashing. So Steve set the boat up to do drifts over common ground where they're known to be set. We were marking them with the Simrad bottom machine every drift, and whether we got a bite or not, it was a matter of getting our bait to the zone.
Well, I'm hooked up, Scott, right here. Throw it off the bow. Right on the surface.
Am I over you?
Yeah, you're good.
We were marking them mostly at mid-level, so I say 30 feet. So we started with the 3/8 ounce jig and actually bumped it up to a 1/2 ounce jig, and then all of a sudden we were getting a bite every drift.
I'm like, that can't be a bite. I just threw it in the water.
Right.
You know? Marking a good little school there, too. Right? A little sunshine, we might get to see them.
Bet you they're pretty. It was just a matter of looking at the condition and dealing with it. After we made the first couple drifts, we weren't getting any action on the surface. We just bumped up our lead until we started getting hit every strike. And it's just having the right guys and the right plan, and then all of a sudden, our day came together really quickly.
There you go, with a double leg.
Doubled up. I was right at the end of the drift, right?
Come on, catch me a 50-pounder.
Going right off the edge of that drop off. Woo! Got yours back up yet? Mine's heading back to Key West. Holy moly.
That's a 50-pounder, baby.
I have to see a 50-pounder.
That's where they come from, right here.
Woo! I'm at a quarter spool. This thing ate next to the boat. I didn't throw it in his mouth like you did.
They're just so strong, man. You see why people love going after these fish and chase them on the flats, and we chase them out here in the deeper water, and it's just such a powerful fish.
It's crazy that the kingfish boats come all this way.
Such a
and
great
then find
fish,
them.
great fishery too, man. There's just so many of them, you know. Kind of spawn all over the place, you know. You guys get them up there, what, mostly on wrecks or what?
Yeah.
Keep reeling.
Deep water, deep water, deep water. Something's chasing him back to the boat.
Mostly wrecks or rock piles, Scott?
We get them on wrecks.
Okay.
Well over like 120 to 150.
Yeah. I'd say we're 50-50, you know, half natural.
We don't have any Hawks Channel spots.
We're about half.
They start getting Hawks Channel around Big Pine a little bit, just a little bit. This one's spin all over the ocean.
Got a little more black tail on him here, this one. It's really nice when you get out here, no clouds, and the water's clear. You can see these fish. Sight cast to them.
I guarantee this one took out 100 yards.
Sweet little fish,
Jeez.
Yeah, man.
While you're there, you can grab this one. This one's angry.
Sweet. Oh, look, he's right there. Let me get my hook out of the way.
This thing is acting like he's a sailfish cutting on bait.
Back that drag off a little bit.
A little scratch on his head.
Oh, not that big, just a puller.
Oh. I don't think I'd stop a 50-pounder.
There's a lot of current right now, too. All right, Scotty.
All right, that one's got a little yellow in him. Yellow belly crab eater. Sweet little jig. Thank you. Nice little double.
Great fish, Bob.
All right, let's do it again.
The old fancy jack going back.
That's a fancy jack.
All right, let's do that again.
All right, my hook's ready, my leader's happy. Are we starting our drift now?
Yeah, man.
Yours is ready to go.
Permit or bust.
There was one. There's two.
Alrighty then, let me get a bait. Yeah, most of the time when you mark those permit, they're in the mid-water. You know, they say they're anywhere from 20 to 40 feet down. They're not hanging on the bottom. You know, they'll be up above the structure, sometimes outside around the structure. When the conditions are perfect, and everything's right, it's real calm, those fish will rise up to the top and almost like mooning or something, I call it. They sticking their heads out of the water, they're flashing. We didn't have those conditions. It's not always that perfect picture day, so we just make do with what we got. So we took a little jig head, a weighted jig head, and with the machine, we were able to mark the fish, and we would just deploy the crabs, kind of free lining it back, trying to get it to act natural. And if you were lucky enough to make that connection, whereas the drift and everything's right, and they didn't get by you too quick, you hooked up immediately. And we had a really great bite going on, and caught a lot of fish, and it turned out to be a great day. Sweet little fish,
Jeez.
Yeah, man.
While you're there, you can grab this one. Thank you. Nice little double.
Great fish, Bob.
All right, let's do it again.
The old fancy jack going back.
That's a fancy jack.
All right, let's do that again.
All right.
And a lot of times after you get a bite, the amazing thing with technology now with these chart plotters is the tracks are there and they're dead accurate. Basically, you'll have your track and you just go set up again on those fish, the exact same place you caught that bite, and a lot of times that's where those fish are holding up.
Is that the crab or the jig?
That's the jig. Well, I thought I saw the crab bending over, so I stopped this thing after I jigged it up.
Maybe it's an African.
It could be a permit too, though.
They're jigging?
Yeah. That wouldn't be the first time. Oh, that's an African.
Nice one.
There's the double. What was that other rod, too?
I just opened the bail.
Oh, it looked like it was running out.
Not getting anywhere with this one. That's an African, baby.
Yeah, man, look at the streamers.
Man, that's beautiful.
A nice little double. Old African on a bear jig with a permit. There's some short strokes you got going on there.
I'll try something new.
A little short stroking. Keep the shark away.
These reels have such... I might only be getting a quarter turn, but it's 12 inches. Such big retrieve.
I know about your 12 inches.
It's 3 wraps. This fish is not happy.
There you go. That's retrieval.
It's a heavy fish.
So listen, guys, with today's fishing, the technology is just fast as it can go, right? Lighter, faster, stronger. Well, Shimano has figured that out. They've identified 2 major problems with the old technology in fishing rods. One of them is twist, right? So you make a cast, you don't realize it, but the blank is twisting. Every rod you got in your closet is twisting. You can tell me it doesn't, but it does, and it affects your accuracy and your distance. Well, Shimano has identified that one, and they have fixed that problem. The other thing they've identified is ovalization, right? So with every rod you own, when you hook up with a big fish, you make the cast, you hook the fish, the rod is round, it's a round cylinder. You think of a straw, and as you bend that straw, it starts to ovalize to the point that it fails and the rod breaks. Well, Shimano has figured out a way to not have that happen, and what that is the way that we use our carbon. It is a cutting edge technology. We have access to the very best carbon right here at Shimano, and not a lot of people do, and what we use is a Spiral X and a High Power X. That is the way in which we wrap the carbon on the rod. This is why we choose Shimano, because their technology is always at the top. They're always in the developing stages, leading the forefront, and the baddest stuff out there. Check them out, the new Therese by Shimano.
Simrad's Into the Blue, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Yellowfin, only in a Yellowfin. Scales, every degree of water. YETI, built for the wild. West Marine, for your life on the water. And by Shimano. Big Pine Key. Nikon. Ocean's Edge Resort and Marina. And by Spear One Charters.
Can't get enough Into the Blue? Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hashtag us in some of your big fish photos, and we'll feature you as Fan of the Week. See you there.
This will be ready in just a second. Then I'm gonna change my blade to a serrated, and I'm gonna pull this mutton throat out. Make some tacos with it for lunch. Everyone pretty much just throws these heads in the water of these big muttons. And if you take an extra minute or two to get the throat meat, that meat's never been worked. It is just succulent, makes the most beautiful tacos. Just throw it on the grill for 20 minutes, and then when you're done with that, just pull the bones right out of the throat meat there. Steve, boy, check this out. Did you crack that there? Like
Oh, yeah.
That's for me? That is all meat.
That's for me on the grill tonight?
Yeah, ready to go. And
so just throw it down just like that?
Just like you're cooking the
I'm gonna hose it out real good, right?
You're gonna clean it. And don't worry about this silver skin here.
Leave that there?
You can score it and then put your seasoning on it.
Yeah.
And when it's done, all these bones are gonna pull right out, just like toothpicks.
All right, all right. No, that's cool,
That's
I like it.
a beautiful throat right there.
That'll go on the grill.
Nothing's going to waste. Holy cow. This is going around.
Yeah, so he's got the streamers on him.
Yeah, man.
Awesome fish.
Coming around. Hold on, I'll be right back. I got color.
It was very successful. You know, we had plenty bites, you know, some really nice size permit, and you know, unfortunately, when you get those larger size fish, they fight a lot harder, which then, and you know, a lot of times will bring more and more attention to them, meaning sharks. So we did have a little bit of a shark issue, but all in all, you know, we caught an African pompano, we caught a, you know, real big Goliath grouper, cobia, just good time in the Keys, and that's what I like to do whenever Scott makes it down here is take him out and try to put him on what's available.
I think they're cousins.
Got his cousin? Oh, his other cousin.
Trash can slam,
You got his other cousin. I was waiting on you.
It's a cousin, all right.
I thought you had the permit. And you bring me up that rascal?
All right, permits, Africans, Crevalis.
Everything the Gulf of Mexico has to offer, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna let you grab that thing.
Oh, thanks. Can't grab their tails.
Oh, that's why. This guy's just about that age where they lose them streamers.
A real bonus was the African pompano. All of a sudden, it went from permit. Then all of a sudden, we got a really nice fish on. Turns into a double, and instead of being 2 permit, it was the other jacks that live in the Gulf of Mexico. Steve had a beautiful African pompano, and I thought my double was going to finish the day with one more permit, and it was a Jack Creval. They fight the same, maybe even harder. He didn't rock me up, so I was like, man, I finally did it right. But we ended up our day with all 3 species of jack. I think we even caught a blue runner during the day, so we caught the 4 jacks that live in the Gulf of Mexico in just a day of messing around, 2 guys. It's like jellyfish.
Yep, got the little streamers, just young enough to where they're still there, but they're about to go away.
All right.
Beautiful fish, man.
Big old Jack Creval.
Beautiful. Let's let them go right here, and let's get out of here, buddy.
I'm ready to go.
Call it lot permit, cobia, and
3 jacks.
and some
3 jacks, baby. All right.
He's going. There he goes.
All right.
All right, Scotty, I'm taking you home, buddy.
I'm about ready. I could catch one more, but I'm ready.
Fishing out here in the Gulf is always fun, man. You never know what you're gonna come across. And
I can't imagine it would be like it was slick right
a
now.
lot of these fish pull really hard, man.
Oh my God. Will you break 40? Brand new off the spool.
Brand new line.